This tutorial is brought to you by allfreesewing.com. Hi everyone, this is Emmy, and today I'm going to show you how to make this easy drawstring pouch or purse, which you can make in about 30 minutes, and it's very easy to do, and I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So let's get started. You're going to need a rectangle, and it doesn't matter what size. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to fold this down and pin it. So I'm just going to pin it so that I can sew a casing along here. Now to fold the other side, the best way to do it is just to pick it up, pinch it at the very same place, and then flip it over and pin this side. Now I'm just going to go to the sewing machine and I'm going to sew on both sides. Okay, so I've gone ahead and I've sewn across here and across here. And this is the outside of our bag. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to fold our bag so that our folds that we just sewed are on the inside, because we're now getting ready to form the bag. And so what we're going to do now is just pin this to hold it in place, like that, and on this side as well. And now I'm going to go back to the sewing machine and I'm going to sew both sides up, but I'm not going to sew past that seam. I'm going to leave these two casings open so that we can pass our cord through. So the seam that I'm going to sew is going to start here and go right down to the bottom. Okay, so I've gone ahead and I've sewn a seam here and I've ended right there on both sides. And now I'm just going to remove the pins. And if you're using a fabric that might fray and you have a zigzag machine, you could just zigzag your seams. If you don't have a zigzag machine, you could just make another row of straight stitches. So now I'm just going to turn it right side out like this, and now we're going to cut the fringe. Okay, so now I'm just going to go ahead and cut the fringe, and just cut 1/4 inch wide strips and cut to almost where the seam from the bottom of your casing is. So just go ahead and do that all the way across. I think my scissors are a bit dull. And when you get to the seam, just go close to the seam. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do that all the way around, and then I'll come back and show you how that looks. Okay, so that's how your fringe is going to look when you have it cut all the way around. So now we just have to pass a cord through the casings. So for the cord, you could use any type of cording that you like. I'm just going to use some red clothesline type of cording for this, just to show you how that would work. Okay, so I'm just going to cut 2 cords of the same length from this nylon clothesline cording type material, and I'm going to measure to see how long I want my cord by placing it across on the bag and extending it up. So I would say I'd like it about to there and over here. So I'm going to cut it approximately 30 inches long. So then after I cut the first one, I'm just going to hold those two ends together and run it along the cording, and I'm going to cut another one the same length so that we'll have 2 cords. That's what we're going to need, 2 cords. Okay, so we're going to get started to pass the cord through our casing. So you're going to need a safety pin or something just as an aid to pass your cord through, and I'm just going to pass it through by putting the cord through the safety pin. You don't necessarily have to pin it because it might not work all that well. So I'm just going to fold it in half and I'm going to pass it through the casing like this, from one side to the other side. Alright, So that's what it looks like. You've got one cord through one casing. We turn it around, one through this side also. So I'll do the same thing, pass that through and just fold it, and I'm going to pass it through this casing. Like that. And I'm going to pull it through and remove the safety pin. Now I'm just going to take the two ends on the same side and I'm going to tie a knot in there, an overhand knot, like that. And then you can just open up the cord fibers to form like a tassel. So now I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other side, like this. And check to see if they're the same length, and then open these up like that. Okay, and so now when we use our bag, it will automatically close up for us when we pull on the drawstring. And here's how it looks now. So now, just for a decorative element, you can go ahead and sew some buttons on for trim, or you could attach a lot of buttons, just a couple of buttons. I think I'm just going to go ahead and just do this little sampling of buttons. Okay, so I've gone ahead and I've sewn all the buttons on, and I've sewn this one on with just some red yarn and left a couple of little fringes on it. And that's how easy it is to make a little drawstring pouch purse. And that's brought to you today by allfreesewing.com. Drop by the site sometime and see all the free patterns and tips and resources they have on sewing. Thanks for watching.